everybody, this is Connie with the Artisan Company. Let's go see what is on the desk today. All right, everybody, this is what's on the desk today. This is going to be exciting. So today, we're just going to be doing something very simple today. Nothing that's over the top, since we've done a few projects recently that have been extremely detailed. And so I think I'm going to do something very simple, but yet very elegant. Today we're going to be working with malachite stone, and look at this. Oh my goodness, guys, it's a high pattern malachite. And when they say high pattern, what they're meaning is the matrix in it, you can see all the lines, is very distinct and a lot of it. So it's a high pattern. And this is a graduated strand, as you can see, like this. They're graduated in size. And I'm so excited about working with this. I love this green. It is absolutely stunning. Now you can get stones that are dyed to look like malachite, and usually it's magnesite or a howlite that they've dyed to look like malachite, but the color will be very different. It'll have kind of a really dark green matte kind of look to it. Most of the time it will be marked, but occasionally it won't be. And sometimes they reconstitute things and reform them and reshape them. But it'll have a little different, darker look to it than this. Not quite as much of the light color in it. So what we're going to mix it with today was I bought at Michael's these beautiful 3 strands of Czechoslovakian cut glass. And look at these beautiful, oh my goodness, different shapes and sizes of the glass, and the color on it, this little vitriol look, is beautiful. So I decided to use this little tiny strand right here out of those 3, and I'm going to make this a little more shimmery because the holidays are coming up. I'm going to be doing a lot more holiday things as I'm going here, but I thought this would be beautiful. It brought out something in this stone that just made it kind of sing. So I'm going to use that. It has kind of a vitriol finish. Obviously, I've got a few copper 5mm bead caps. I'm not going to be capping everything all the way, just strategically. And so I've got some of those. I've got this beautiful right here hook and eye clasp. Let me get that little guy over there. Hook and eye clasp to go with it because the beads are so small at the end. This is beautiful finish off. And then obviously crimps and crimp covers, and you'll need some fine AccuFlex beading wire. Now, if you don't have malachite or something that looks like malachite, you can use any kind of stone you want to use. I guess the main thing with this one is that it's graduated in size. That's a key element. And then I'm trying to make some sparkle with it to highlight the stone. So that's where we're going. Let me get my head around it and we'll get started. All right, here's where we're going with this pattern. And what I've decided to do is I've started with this center bead right here, and I've capped it on the center. I've got a piece of the cut glass in there. I did not cap the next one. I left it raw. And then the next one I capped. So I am capping every other bead, which is kind of a different way to do things, but nonetheless, here we go. So I'm on the 4th one here, so I won't be capping this one. And I'm going to put my little flanking bead on right there. Okay, then the next one will be capped. And the reason why I'm doing it like that is because I want to add interest without your eye going, oh, I know what that is. It's predictable. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you're like going, okay, that's predictable. But when you're looking at it, your eye knows there's something different there, but it's not quite sure what it is. So, if that makes sense. Let me get these little guys over here so you can see a little better. Wow, this is going to be fantastic. That way you're not overusing the caps. Okay, this one will not be cat. And the next one will be. And this is just, there's nothing difficult about this. This is easy, easy, easy. But it is one of those things where it's check and check often. Make sure you're not missing something. Yes, yes, yes. And this one will be skipped. And then the next one will be capped. And I think it's going to give it just enough sparkle to make that malachite come out. Because when you're just looking at it on the strand, it's like it's pretty, but it's kind of bland. But then when you add this just edge of sparkle to it, the stone comes out. All right, I'm going to stop on this side. All right, this is what it looks like. Wow, look at that, guys. Look at that. That is stunning. Each stone stands alone by itself. Each one makes an individual statement. Wow, wow, wow. All right, I'm going to be just a few on this side because I know some of you like to watch that process. And remember, this is the center stone, so this one will not have the cap. And I always check my stones before I start stringing them, and these stones were almost perfect in their the way they looked. So I decided not to take any of them out. I'm going to keep all of them. I'm going to try to use some of them for earrings too. I'll have to figure out what kind of design I want to do, but for the most part, they are all good to go. I didn't see any cracks or inclusions or anything of that nature in any of them. Okay, so this one's going to be the plain one. And then the next one will have a cap. I just love this. With the holidays coming up, we're going to be doing some more sparkly stuff. Okay, so this is what it looks like. This is where we're headed. And you can see, oh my goodness, look at this. It's just the right amount to make this stone sing. And that's exactly what you're trying to do. You're trying to pull out everything that's in the stone that's absolutely gorgeous. And that's what this little sparkly glass did. All right, I'm going to go ahead and bead the rest of this, and we'll get back. Alrighty, so I went ahead and did this whole side right here. Let me move this over just a little bit so you can see a little better. And then what we did was, this was the center down in the front, all this right here. It's level, I didn't have it level. Okay, that's it. And so you have your centerpiece here, okay? And then you've got your alternating caps all the way up. And I do this so I can check to make sure I didn't miss something. All right, and then here's your last cap. And then what I did was I did 6 more beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right in here with the glass in between it. Very, very simple. Nothing hard. Get my eyes down here so I can see just a little better. There it is. I've done these. Boy, this is going to be beautiful. I'm trying to get a good idea for some earrings because there's just so many ways you can do things. That's what I love about jewelry. You can do a myriad of things, and none of it is wrong. That's the thing about it. Everybody can do it the way they feel like it needs to be done. That's just the beauty of it. All right, so I'm down at the base of this right here, pretty much. Make sure I've got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. Little dude right there. These. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, make sure this is all even. Make sure I don't have anything out of alignment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to bead a straight row of the malachite by itself, and there's 10 of these here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to do half of the clasp, and then I'll be back. Okay, we are done with this necklace. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful this is. Oh my, I went ahead and did the clasp because I'm going to do some earrings on this video. So I went ahead and did the clasp. Is that not gorgeous? Oh my goodness. And look at the sparkle. Oh my, look at the sparkle. Got to love it. It's not too in your face. It's not too over the top. It's just enough. So for someone who likes a little bit of bling, this is it. Okay, so let me get my head wrapped around the earrings and we'll get started. All right, let's get these earrings going. Okay, this is what you're going to need. You're going to need a couple of ear wires, obviously, to do this particular thing. You're going to need 2 10-millimeter jump rings. You're going to need some 4-millimeter jump rings. You're going to need some 3-millimeter bead caps. You will need some head pins. That's the ones with the little flat things. You're going to need some kind of chain, small chain. This is just a cable chain. I got it at Michael's. No big deal. Just some little small chain. You'll need, obviously, the beads that you had in the necklace. And I've got some malachite here and some of the cut glass. Okay, and you'll need a little pin right here just in case you need to measure something. I'll show you what I mean by that in a minute. Okay. All right. This is going to be really fun. Let's get started. The first thing I did was I took the chain, and you can see it's just a basic little tiny kind of a cable chain, and it's in a rose gold. I didn't do the hard copper color like what was in the necklace because I wanted it to be a little softer around the ears. So, and color wise around the ears. So I'm using a rose gold, which has the copper undertone. And what I did was, let me move all these out of the way. Okay. What I did was I measured out for each ear some of the chain, and I just cut it. And this one has 10 links, this one has 12, and this one has 14 links in it. I cut one for each side of the earring, okay, each side. And then the way I measured it with this little pin, because this is so tiny, if you're using a bigger chain, it won't matter. But this one is so tiny that I wanted to make sure that when I cut it, I had them both even. So let's say I cut this one first, okay? And then I took the chain and I put it on the end of the little pin, like so. So it looks like that. I held it up so I could see it. And then wherever it met right here on this bottom, you can see I pushed them all together right there. And you can see where it lands right in there. So I know to cut the one underneath it. And that way they'll be even, especially when you're working with this tiny stuff. If you're getting a bigger chain, like I said, it's easy to cut them where they're even. But when you got these itty bitty tiny little old links here, sometimes it's hard. So I just put it on a pin, hang it, and then I'll know exactly where to cut that one. So it makes my job so much easier. All right, so I did that. Put that over to the side. Sometimes I just use the little pin to pick up the chain. Okay. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to, once you cut your chain, that's the first thing you're going to do. I'm going to do 3 baubles on each earring. So I've got 6 chains. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make my baubles. Okay. So I'm going to do the malachite first. And I'll put a little tiny, itty bitty, tiny bead cap on there. Like that. And then another little tiny one. These little 3 millimeters, man, they're so little you can't hardly, and it should look like that. Can't hardly see it. Okay, so I'm going to take my next one, do the same thing, and I'm going to do 4 of these because I'm going to do 1 piece of glass and 2 of the malachite on each ear. All right. Two more of these. Oh, thing is a little bent. There, I've straightened it out. Hope you guys are having a fab day. It is, I call it butt cold here right now for the time of year. Oh my gosh, it's going to be 34 degrees tonight. I mean, and I was outside working in the yard in 80 degrees 2 days ago. So, welcome to the South. I was like, but anyway, getting ready to go on a vacay, and I'm really excited about it. And our cat sitter is absolutely loving the fact that she gets to take care of the cats. They love her. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bead up 2 of the pieces of glass. Same process. You're just putting the glass. I wonder if that had a little hole in it. Now, if you want more than 1 piece of glass on here, let's say you want 2, give you a little bit more bang for your buck there. So we'll do 2. Just going to do 1, but I changed my mind. See, I changed my mind while I'm sitting here. Oh, I do that so often. Oh my gosh. All right. 2 more on here. I feel like I'm moving in slow motion because my hands are cold. I just now turned the heat on out here. I should have turned it on earlier. But anyway, I know us folks in the South are wusses when it comes to cold. All right, so I've done that. Let me move my beads out of the way. Over here. And so I have 1, 2, 3 for one ear, and these 3 are for the other ear right there. Okay, let's go to the next step. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to clip the top of this excess wire off, make a loop right there. And I've already done 1 earring, so I tried to expedite some time. And you can see I measure. There are tools out there that are already measured. You can do it exact, but I just kind of watch my little gauge here. Put that one. There's so many new things out there now. It's kind of hard to keep up with everything that's out, and I tend to kind of Don't try to reinvent the wheel for me. If there's something that's working for me. Uh, all right, so we got those. Set that over to the trash. All right, and then all you're going to do is make a loop at the top, bend it back slightly, get down right here to the edge of the bead right there, down a little bit further, bend your wire just a little bit like that. You can do this or you don't have to. If you have a looper, you can use a looper too. So if you're one of those people that likes those, go for it. All right, you see I got my tick marks here, so I know exactly where I'm going to loop it every single time. So anyway, turn here. All right. And before you close your loop up, there we go. You're going to take your chain, whichever one you're putting on there, just kind of slide it on the end very gently like that. Okay. And then finish closing up your loop. Oops, I didn't do that one quite tight enough. All right, I made up for it right there. Okay, so it should look like that. At this juncture, I'll clean it up in just a second, but it should look like that. All right, let me get my eyes down here so I can clean it up just a bit. Straighten it up, make it straight. There we go. All right, there's one. Number 2 is going to be this one. Trying to hold my little bead caps down. I'm doing the second longest chain. I did a short one first, then I did the middle. This is the middle chain. I'm just going to wrap it on there like that. And then close it up. The bead caps won't get in the way. All right, and there's number 2. Number 3. This is a simple pair of earrings, but so much fun to wear. Oh my goodness. And you can do this with crystals, you can do it with any stone, you can do it with acrylic, you can do it with seed beads. It's just endless what you can do with this particular design. And if you use acrylic beads, you can do bigger beads and they won't be heavy. All right, so we got the chain on. We're going to close it up. All right, so we got all 3 pieces done. 1, 2, 3. Next step. Almost done here with this. I told you it was simple. All right, next thing you're going to do is take your 10 millimeter jump ring. You're going to open it up like so. And then you're just going to add the baubles onto it. And let's see here. So I'll do the short one first. Slide it over like so. Then the middle one. Come on, don't be cantankerous at the end. You know, at the end, you always have one thing that's going to be, that's because I'm filming. Well, I can't get it to hook on there. But you're just going to slide it on there. There you go. It's not difficult. It's just I can't see it sometimes. All right, last one. Get on there. There it is. Okay, and then the last thing you're going to do is put this onto your wire and make sure you do left and right because that's the thing. Okay, here's this one. So I need to, I see the shorter one right there is in the front, so I need to turn my uh, loop. So I have a left and a right. Okay. Then I'll put my ear wire on, just slide it on like so. Make sure I didn't put that on there backwards. What does that say? Check and check off. And it's so easy to do, guys. It's not like, nobody ever does that. It's easy to get them backwards. It just is. It's no big deal. Just turn it around, take it off and turn it around. Okay. And there we go. There's our earrings for this beautiful malachite piece. And I am so excited. Look how beautiful. Oh, goodness, goodness, goodness. This is fantastic. I love it. Hopefully, you got some inspiration today. So, if you did, please like and subscribe and comment. It really helps me to know what to do on the next video. And I will see you guys on the next project. Bye.